Hello, tea friends. This is Barb Gully of Barb's Tea Service, and we are back with our podcast courtesy On TV Studios. I'm here, as always, with studio engineer, co-host, and arm candy, Chris Gully.
Hey there.
Hi.
Wow. Fancy meeting you here.
Yeah, great.
All right.
Always nice to run into you
Yeah.
now and again.
Yeah.
Okay, so...
What? Okay.
All right, so we are here with podcast 87.
Wow. Uh-oh.
You know what that means?
Tell me.
13 more.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wait. Till 100.
Yeah, that's right.
And kind of in our theme today
Yes.
of early American,
Yes.
the original colonies.
Wow.
13.
Okay. Hey, wow. You just made that up, didn't you?
I did.
Okay.
No, I had studied that many weeks. Okay.
Okay.
All right. But what a week.
What a week.
We had election day this week.
Yes.
And you and I've got my I voted sticker.
Oh, yeah, you do. Yeah.
Yeah, I cherish those.
Yeah.
And
So we tried early voting for the first time.
We did.
I'm a fan.
I am too. You know what? Because we actually went to a location.
Right.
It was our local library.
Right.
And they had the booth set up. So
Yeah.
I really still felt like I was
Yeah.
doing, I don't know if I'm ready yet for the mail-in.
Yeah,
but,
right, yeah.
But this was really nice and sort of beat the crowds, I guess.
Yeah.
But we were going to be out of town, so
Yeah.
this worked out great. It's
Yeah.
nice to have that
Yeah.
Convenience. But also, I'm going to
Yes.
say,
Okay.
right to have that freedom to vote.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
this is our country's 250th
It is.
birthday.
Uh-huh.
And we are still able to go
Mm-hmm.
to our local library or whatever, and we can vote. And so that's in honor of all those people who supported that
Right.
early on, including our founding fathers
Yes.
and our founding mothers.
Well, we're going to talk about that, aren't we?
Yes, I'm looking at you, Abigail Adams.
Okay.
All right.
Where is she?
Oh, she's her spirit is around.
Okay.
All right. So that brings us to what we plan to cover today.
All right.
And we're going to talk about a founding mother.
Okay.
Historical fiction. And then more patriots.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to talk about a silversmith who is to be revered.
Okay. Wow.
And that is Paul Revere.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
All right.
And some of his work that we saw at the Met.
Yes.
And then we're going to do some prepping for afternoon tea week.
Okay.
We'll take a trip back to New York, to a New York tea room that we were at.
Right.
And it has
As a
ties
connection, yeah.
to Meghan Markle.
Okay.
Ooh.
Gotta get those clicks somehow.
Oh, yes. And then, if we have time, some clever tea tin recycling.
Okay.
But first, tea.
All right.
Okay, so today we're having Abigail's Blend from Elmwood in Teas.
Mm-hmm.
Let's take a little taste.
Yes. So it's a kind of a garden variety black tea.
Right.
Right.
A very special garden variety.
Okay. No, I mean it's no. You mentioned it was a blend of black teas.
It's a blend of black teas.
All right.
And so this is called Abigail's Blend from Elmwood in Teas. Can you see that on the camera?
Yes, you can.
And this is what we've been talking about for the past few podcasts. We're gonna get this out there.
Yeah, right.
Okay, so because it's a perfect pairing for our book.
Right.
But so it is a black blend.
Right.
It's different. It's teas from China and Kenya and India.
Okay, so I have my official Twinings Tea Academy stolen off the internet tasting wheel. I'm going to say the initial kind of tongue feeling is like an almond
Okay.
nuttiness.
Yeah, sweet nut.
And then I'm going to call there's a aspect of wood here. I'm going to call it bark.
Okay.
And then there's a kind of the aftertaste.
Yeah, there is definitely a finish.
Yeah, finish, and I'm going to call it kind of mineral. Like there's a the closest here is like wet rocks.
Wet rocks, okay. You know what? Because I would say it does have what I would call like a kind of a metallic-y finish.
Right.
But I like wet rocks.
Yes, yeah.
That's
I have no idea. I've never tasted a wet rock, but I'm going to make that up.
But some of the tea thrown over for the Boston
Yes.
Tea Party.
Yeah.
hit some of those wet rocks.
Wow. Okay.
Oh, there's always a connection, right?
There is. Okay.
Okay, so a little bit about this tea. Again, we said we were going to pair it up because, this is part of our, and I'm going to hold up my little guy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, there you go.
Because I spent $10 on that.
Use that merch.
Yes. So it's part of our red, white, and brew topics that
Right.
we've been covering this summer
Sure.
in honor of the 250th birthday of America. And this was created, this blend, by Bruce Richardson of Elmwood and Teas.
Right.
We know Bruce.
A fine gentleman.
Oh, he's wonderful. And he also serves as the tea master for the Boston Tea Party Ships and Museum.
We got to get there.
Oh my gosh. With all this stuff
Yeah.
that's been coming up, we've got to go back to Boston. You've been there for a business trip.
Yeah, which really doesn't count because I think my only non-business thing was there was a show back in the 80s called Cheers, and so there's an actual bar frontage.
Bull and Finch?
Bull and Finches or something like that, Bull and Finch. And so that's the front with the awning and stuff like that. And then, of course, the interior is nothing like the set. But
It isn't.
Well, it I don't know. It was my recollection was it was kind of more of a, what was the word back in, a fern bar.
Oh,
sort of thing.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So a little bit different feel.
Yeah. Right.
All right. Well, so that was the highlight of your trip to Boston, right?
It was, yes.
And we're not going to go there about our son's Matt's junior high trip, but we'll save that for another story. But anyway, so we need to go back with all the stuff I've been reading about this, and because of the 250th, there's a lot of stuff that's out there, so we have to go back.
Okay.
But this. So there's this Tea Party Ships and Museum that he's the tea master of, Bruce Richardson, and he was commissioned to do a signature tea because there's a tea room in the museum called Abigail's Tea Room.
Okay.
And he created this to be reminiscent of some of those fine Chinese black teas that were tossed overboard at the party. And they say if you're a fan of breakfast teas, English breakfast teas, you'll like this. Do you kind of get that?
I do. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And you can use it with or without milk.
Okay.
It would stand up to milk. It's also, they say, a great iced tea.
Oh yeah, I get that.
Interesting.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, because you get that kind of astringent, kind of feeling. I'm sure as it's cold.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So now, again, this is according to Elmwood Inn Teas.
Right.
They've got some fighting words.
Uh-oh.
Because what they say about this tea is, let's just say that if the 5-year-old Chinese teas aboard the 3 East India ships in the Boston Harbor in December of 1773 had tasted this good,
Right. Yeah, okay.
the colonists would never have dumped it into the sea, and we would still be flying the British flag here in America.
Well, that, as they say, might be a stretch.
I think so.
Right.
Grabs your attention, though. Okay, so again, no surprise why we selected this tea. We're talking about the last few podcasts because it relates to our most recent Tea and Tomes, A Founding Mother.
Okay.
And this is about Abigail Adams, the wife of our second president, John Quincy Adams.
Right.
No, John Adams.
Yeah.
She was the mother of our 5th president.
Right.
And that was John Quincy Adams.
She had an impact.
She did indeed.
Yeah.
She did indeed. And this book is almost 500 pages, but early on, we really get, the authors capture her spirited character.
Right.
And this is a part where we find out how she feels about the rebellion and tea.
Okay.
All right. So she says of the Boston Tea Party, well, I think it's sublime. And it appealed to her principled defiance.
Okay.
She explained, no one has been harmed, and I could feel no pity for those tea leaves floating in the harbor, though I dare say I was thirsty enough for tea that I was tempted to taste it.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a big sacrifice because here's what she goes further, and she says, even steeped in harbor water, our country's second first lady felt it had to be better than coffee.
Wow.
Ooh, there's a diss.
Yeah,
okay.
All right. Yeah.
So while we've been celebrating,
Of course, that is before Starbucks.
That's true. That's true. Right. Could have been awfully strong and bitter.
Yeah.
Okay. which is sometimes what you get at the drive-thru. Anyway, so while we've been celebrating our founding fathers for the 250th birthday, it's also great to look at some of these other probably less prominent, slightly in the shadows, but our founding mothers.
Right.
And these folks didn't even have the right to vote, but they certainly did support and sacrifice for the country.
Right.
This book is written by, it's co-authored. We have Laura Kimmel, a history professor, and Stephanie Dre, an attorney.
Okay.
So they got some cred.
Right.
And this is just riveting historical fiction. I like historical fiction, and this is excellent, I thought. And this is about a woman who's extremely accomplished, and you have to keep in mind, over 250 years ago, they didn't have a lot of things.
To make your life easy.
That's right, right. So she's doing the laundry and cooking and, some of the modern conveniences that help us get through those tasks, but also medical issues and pain relievers. Ugh.
No drugstores.
No. And boy, if you had surgery like her daughter did.
No anesthetic.
No anesthetic, no.
Cleanliness was kind of iffy.
Just golden. We're living in a golden age. People appreciate it.
I know.
All right. So we know there's a lot of charm to colonial times. Colonial Williamsburg, great place to go. But there was also a lot of hardship. And all right, let's look a little bit about what Abigail Adams did in her lifetime when she meets John Adams. Together they have 6 children. 4 reached adulthood. And she ran a farm. While her husband was abroad for several years. So she's got the kids and the farm.
Making the money.
And eventually she joins her husband, John Adams, when he is appointed ambassador to France. So she goes there. And, that in itself is quite remarkable. But we know from history they're not done.
No. A few other things to do.
Yes. So she was our saucy second first lady. And this book just came out in May. Part of riding that wave of the 250th. And what's interesting is, of course, John Adams and Abigail, they had front row seat to all that was going on with the revolution and the protests. And also something you don't think about, but afterwards, the challenge of keeping a unified country. Because, 1812 and, all that good stuff. Okay, so as I mentioned, saucy first lady, that's how John Adams referred to his wife. And she was not only smart and ambitious, but resourceful as well. And at home, she'd plant, harvest, can, and bake. And she could do that just as well as talking to foreign dignitaries and presidents. And she actually had kind of this bittersweet relationship with Thomas Jefferson. Because John Adams and Thomas Jefferson were...
they were kind of partners in the founding. And then had a personal and political fallout. And then over the years, they had a very long and kind of interesting, letter correspondence. I think for the rest of their lives.
They did. They kind of reunited it, and so Abigail Adams. At one point, Thomas Jefferson. This was before John Adams and Jefferson had sort of reconciled in their later years, but he had sent her this note, and she just couldn't let it rest. So she's sending back another correspondence, and they have this sort of kind of contentious. I was going to say email exchange. I guess that's from.
Come back.
Yes, come back. So they go back and forth, and when her husband finds this out, he wrote on there. I had nothing to do with this. I mean, I'm paraphrasing, but I think that's kind of interesting. But she was spirited.
Sure. Okay. She had an opinion and didn't suffer fools.
No, she did not. Absolutely. Okay, so I really like this book. It's a page turner, and it's also kind of a nice refresh on these big events in our history that we don't always.
It's another point of view, and
Exactly. So, okay. And then we talked about a few podcasts ago about the Boston Tea Party. Actually, it was rumored, and that's also included in A Founding Mother, that this was the idea, the Boston Tea Party was the idea of a Patriot woman.
Yes.
Right? This was Sarah Bradley Fulton.
Okay.
And she definitely did design some of those costumes that the protesters were wearing on the ship. And some of these patriots that we know were, of course, Samuel Adams and Paul Revere.
Oh, yeah, that guy.
Yes. Okay, so Paul Revere, we all know him.
Right.
I mean, I remember early on in elementary school learning about him and his ride.
Right. Well, and that was from a poem, really. I mean, it was probably what vaulted him kind of to preeminence in our history.
Absolutely.
That poem by
Longfellow.
Longfellow, yeah.
Right. So this is way after he wrote this poem, Paul Revere Ride, in 1860.
Okay.
This just catapulted this guy into like a national folk hero.
Right.
And he was relatively unknown nationwide, but locally he was, and he was known for a lot of reasons, and not the least of the fact that he was a great silversmith.
Yes.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about Paul Revere. So the poem we said made him this national folk hero.
Right.
But in our time, that fame was flamed a bit by a boy band in the 1960s.
Oh, we're going to do that. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So they took the name Paul Revere and the Raiders.
Yes.
Okay. And if you're not a boomer,
Yeah.
you may be unfamiliar with this group.
Yeah.
That's okay.
And we're here to fix that.
Yes. Okay. So this was headed by a gentleman named Paul Revere. That was his first real first name. His real first and middle name was Paul Revere.
Right.
And then he was joined by Mark Lindsay.
Okay.
And this is what cracks. I mean, back when I was a kid watching this, I thought they were amazing. Yeah. But they're dressed in like
the colonial garb.
I think the
playing guitars.
And Mark Lindsay actually grew a ponytail. That's his own ponytail, and you see it tied back. So pretty great. All right. So do you remember?
You had to be there.
Yeah, you did. Do you remember what their biggest hit was?
Well, it's we've been humming it because now it's like that earworm.
Right.
Was Cherokee. It was about the Cherokee.
Right.
Yeah.
It's called Indian Reservation.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
1971. This was actually a cover.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
An English artist had done this, but it is one of those tunes that keep you going. Anyway, I guess this was our version of our era of Backstreet Boys and NSYNC.
The boy bands.
Yes, and. I'll just tell the folks, millennials and beyond, that Google this and get some culture.
Okay, or not.
Right, okay. So back to the OG, Paul Revere.
Okay.
So per the Paul Revere House Museum in Boston, Paul Revere was born in Boston's North End in December of 1734.
Okay.
He was the son of Apollos Revere.
Okay.
He was a French Huguenot immigrant.
Okay.
And his mother was Deborah Hitchborn.
Okay.
She was daughter of a local artisan family.
Okay.
All right. So Revere was born in France in 1702, and he changed his surname, to Revere sometime after immigrating.
Okay.
Okay. And he was a goldsmith.
Okay.
Paul was their third child and eldest surviving son.
Okay.
Yes. And not surprisingly, Paul Revere's primary vocation then was goldsmith, a trade he learned from his father. And here's something I didn't know.
Right.
But a goldsmith worked they worked with both gold and silver.
Right.
But today we would just refer to them as a silversmith.
Right, yeah.
No pewter.
We were talking about this because that was kind of our what's that?
Connection.
Yeah, the Mandela effect.
Yes, yes.
He had nothing to do with pewter, and explain that?
Well, yes, because you had asked about, did he work in pewter? And when I'm looking at this museum's website, they specifically say he did not work in pewter.
He had nothing to do with it.
So you're thinking, okay, like a lot of people must have that strong connection.
Right.
And after doing a little digging, I found out that there's probably because of the time that he worked.
Right.
There was people worked with silver and they worked with pewter.
Right.
A lot of mugs were of pewter, and then a lot of souvenir type of things were made of pewter. Actually, I've got a set of plates if you haven't dismissed them, but there was my parents had a collection. It was it was a spirit of 1776 because that 1976 big time for all this, and they were pewter plates with these china plates depicting different scenes from the Revolution. So that's where the pewter connection came in. But like you said, Mandela effect. They think he did, but he didn't. Okay. So he was very much a part of this silversmith business. He had it for over 40 years.
Right.
He was in charge of course, the quality workmanship, but also the alloy component.
Right.
And he produced all kinds of things. So ranging from small teaspoons to beautiful tea sets.
Right.
And his work was very high quality and very much sought after. Of course, today, if you have something, my gosh, it's really worth a lot. And we got to see some of his beautiful work up close and personal. But before we share those photos, I just want to point out, of course, he was at the Boston Tea Party. He was on this midnight raid. He did a few other things in the war. But I want to say how resourceful he was.
Yes.
All right. He supplemented his business with, he supplemented his income with other business ventures.
Right.
During the economic depression that was caused by the French and Indian War, he worked as a copperplate engraver.
Okay.
He also produced illustrations for books and magazines, business cards, songbooks, bills of fare for tavern. Mm-hmm. And here's the craziest one of all.
Okay. What? There's more?
He practiced as a dentist from 1768 to 1775 to the extent that time allowed, as well as his skills. Okay. So he cleaned teeth, he fastened in false teeth, and he sold toothpaste.
All right.
But contrary to popular myth, he did not work on George Washington's teeth, and he did not create his dentures.
Okay.
There's no evidence that he ever made dentures. But I think this is like so wild because, say we need a little bit extra income for the household. Right. I'm going to drive an Uber part-time.
Sure.
Maybe I'll be a dentist for a few days a week.
That'll work.
How about heart surgeon?
Not bad. Nice work if you can get it.
Exactly. Okay, so a different times, as we might say. All right. But let's get back to Paul Revere.
Please.
So I mentioned that we saw some of his pieces. This was when we were at the Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York City. We go there every chance we are visiting in New York, and we've got some photos.
Yeah. Shall I bring it up?
Yes, please.
Okay, we're up.
Okay, so there should be 3 pictures there.
Yeah.
And there's a picture where I'm pointing to a large silver urn.
Right.
Okay, so that is circa 1791.
Okay.
Revere recorded it in his account book. It was made for Hannah Rowe, a wealthy widow in Boston. It weighs 7 pounds and is the earliest and largest of the 3 known tea or coffee urns by Revere.
Okay.
Wow. And then there's 2 teapots.
Right.
So the smooth one, 1782, that was hammered from a single disc of silver. Mm-hmm. This was made for his cousin for a wedding present.
That's quite a present.
Oh my gosh, I know. How'd you like to have him on your registry? Okay, and then the fluted one, 1795. That is from 1795, and so come on back. Those oval and fluted teapots, he made a lot of those. I'm going to stop just short of saying mass produced because they're still all handcrafted, right? But a lot of them. Okay. And
we're back.
Okay, so he made these in his shop after the Revolutionary War, very popular. Mm-hmm. And then, excuse me, and it's a great exhibit at that at the New York.
Yes.
Because it's not just Paul Revere silverware, but they have a ton of tea accoutrements, tea caddies. Love it. Okay, but this was in 2019.
Right.
We also, on that same trip, we went to a lovely restaurant tea venue in Manhattan called Lauduree.
Right. That was the lower, or it was.
It is.
Or, Soho or something.
Yeah. Kind of that lower midtown.
Right.
And I thought this would be a good time to share some of those photos from that trip for two reasons. One, to kick off afternoon tea week. That's starting Monday, August 11th.
Right.
And also in honor of Meghan Markle's birthday.
Yes, here we go again.
She turned 45 this week.
All right.
And the first reason I want to share afternoon tea pictures for afternoon tea week, that's obvious. But you may be wondering, why did I bring up Meghan Markle?
Why?
I think you know.
Okay.
This was back in 2019. This is the same place, same year, that her friends, Meghan's friends, threw her a baby shower at Lauduree.
Yes.
And while we were there, I had to ask our waiter, did he see Meghan earlier?
Did he have any dish?
You know what he said? He said he did meet her and she was very down to earth. Interesting.
Yeah.
And then he pointed to a private room and he said this is where it was.
Oh, okay.
So that's my scoop.
All right.
All right. You want to bring up those photos?
I do. All right, there it is.
Okay, so you'll see the full afternoon tea that I have. I'm drinking tea. We got the menus there. Everything's very pretty.
Yes.
And you subscribe to the When in Rome.
That's right. I had a Manhattan, I think.
Very good.
All right.
Okay, so I have a blog on that from 2009. I'll put the link in there because you can see all the beautiful pictures. So if you want to come back to us.
All right, we're back.
And I want to just mention that I had such a wonderful experience there. And at the time, I had made a reservation for 1 o'clock.
Right.
When I got there, they said, afternoon tea is between 2 and 5. Oh, I was crestfallen.
Yeah.
But our waiter said, hold on, let me see what I can do. He came back and he said, the chef is okay with it. We'll get you the full afternoon tea.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Wasn't that really nice?
Yeah.
Okay. So, as I mentioned, I'm going to put the link in that so you can see all these beautiful pictures. And then we just have a few minutes remaining.
Yes, like 2.5.
Okay. I want to let people know I'm not going to we'll be this is sort of a teaser of what's coming up, is how do you use old tea tins?
Oh, yes.
Some of them are very decorative, very pretty.
And we have a couple.
We do, we do. They're probably hiding those 1776 plates. I don't know, maybe someplace in the basement. But anyway, there's a lot of creative ways that people will use these. We've done a few things that I'm going to share in our next podcast, as well as some of our friends.
Okay.
I have some that they've sent me some pictures, so we'll share that. And also, I wanted to mention that our daughter, Rachel, and son-in-law, Sean, had recently gone to Iceland.
Right.
And I thought it'd be fun to share what they brought me back.
Ah, okay.
Might think it's tea. Now, the last time they were there, they did.
Yeah. What is the old Bridgerton?
It's Bridgerton chapstick.
Okay, what you need in Iceland, I guess.
You do, and it says, Bridgerton, of course, but it's all in the Icelandic language.
Nice. Okay.
I mean, that's going to be a worthy thing. Okay, so I believe I hear that sound.
Well, let's make it happen.
All right. All right. We want to thank On TV Studios, as always, for allowing us to be here and all their support. I want to thank my co-host and arm candy, Chris Gully. Yeah. Nice meeting you here.
Yeah.
And as we like to say at Barb's Tea Service, please stay tuned.
All right.